Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another session of punctuations. Today, we will be dealing with one of the most important punctuation marks, which is the semicolon. So, let's start with it. But before that, I'm Amirtha Devrajan. I'm a student of English literature from Delhi University. I'm a language lover, literature lover. You can follow me on Unacademy at this given link. I would urge you to rate, review, recommend, share, and comment on my videos. You see, it's a great help in motivating me as an educator. And if you motivate me, I will be able to make better videos for you guys. So it's mutual. Please do that for me. Okay, so let's start with today's lesson, which is a semicolon. This is a semicolon. A full stop and a comma arranged vertically makes a semicolon. Well, that's just the structure. It has, no link with them, but a semicolon lies somewhere between a comma and a full stop. Its job, its functions lies in somewhere between being a comma and a full stop. We'll come to that, how it becomes that. It is used to join thematically linked sentences. Thematically linked refers to two sentences which are related, which have something in common. It is also used to separate two complete sentences. Well, you might think that these 2 points are contradicting, but they are not. Meaning here is that the two sentences have to be individually complete, but they will be linked thematically. I mean, they will be linked because of their commonness with the semicolon. But they will be separated if and only if they are complete in themselves. If I will explain this point with an example, I'm sure this will become crystal clear to you. It is also used to clarify long phrases in a list instead of listing comma. Well, if you use a listing comma, you'll go on listing. But a semicolon categorizes things very conveniently, and listing becomes very easy for you. What you have to write in 4 to, I mean, maybe 5 to 10 lines, it will be reduced to 3 to 4 lines with the help of a semicolon. So let's see the examples which will clarify our concept even more. The elite of the world are getting rich and the poor are getting poorer. Well, these sentences are thematically linked. How? Well, these two sentences are independent because the elite of the world are getting rich is a different sentence and the poor are getting poorer is a different sentence. Two complete different sentences, but they are thematically linked. We are talking about economy in general, and when we're talking about economy, all of these things encompass into the things. So these two sentences are thematically linked. They are related to each other. I admire his intelligence. I detest his character. Well, we're talking about one person. So again, the sentences are thematically linked, but they are two complete different sentences. Now, one might think that a full stop could have separated it. Yes, but so full stop is known to, cut a sentences into two halves. And a full stop gives you a feeling of that thing that a sentence ends here. But when two things are related, how will you relate it with a full stop? A full stop means that a sentence is ended here. But we need to show the link. You can also use in conjunction. So, a semicolon is just the replacement of a conjunction, you may say. It's a simpler use of conjunctions. But not always, but yeah, most of the times. But instead of using a full stop or a conjunction, you can also use a semicolon here. You could have used the full stop here, but that relative, the thing which makes it common will go off. So in order to maintain that commonness, you need a semicolon. There are two ways to write, with a pen or a pencil, which is inexpensive and easily accessible, or by computers or printers, which is more expensive but quick. All these sentences are related to each other and they're talking about one thing, which mode of writing is inexpensive or which is convenient. So in that sense, these are thematically linked, and if you read it, they're complete sentences in themselves. So again, these things are the things which you have to keep in mind while using a semicolon. Correct and incorrect usage. Well, these examples will clear the air of confusion if you have any. The cow is brown, it is also old. Well, these are two different sentences, that the cow is brown and that the cow is old. But you are talking about one subject. Your subject matter is one. So they are thematically linked and they are two complete sentences in themselves. So separating them with a comma is wrong. You could have used the full stop here because they are two different, sentences. But a full stop gives, as I just told you, gives you a feeling of that thing that it has been separated into two different things. So that sense of commonness is gone. So in order to retain that, we need a semicolon. So a comma cannot be used to separate two different logical thoughts. I've mentioned this earlier. A comma is used for n number of purposes. So do not confuse semicolon over commas. I would want you to prefer semicolons over commas. So a comma is a wrong usage in that sense because these are two different thoughts and we need a semicolon to kind of separate them. I like cows. I hate the way they smell. Again, the same thing, two different sentences, but the theme is similar, so you will use a semicolon here. Richard likes cake, Susan likes salad. For example, I'm talking about my cousins and I'm telling what they like to eat. So, in that sense, this is thematically linked, but again, these are two different sentences which cannot be separated with a comma. So, again, you are using a semicolon there. Quick tips for you: do not use and, or but after the semicolon, as these are the words which are conjunctions. These are used in place of a semicolon and not with a semicolon. So either use these conjunctions or semicolons. But personally, I would recommend you to pick up the semicolon thing, not because I'm teaching punctuations, but because it adds beauty to your answers. It enhances your answers and it makes your answer look fancy, to be honest, to be brutally honest. So if you use a semicolon, things will be better because there are already so many words in your answers. So you can use these symbols to simplify your answer, according to me. As I just told you, prefer semicolons over commas. Do not use a semicolon if the sentences are unrelated to each other. But if I'm saying I like mobile phones and then I'm saying I want to sleep, it doesn't make sense at all. Do not use semicolon to link two things which are not related. It will look trash. Okay, now the session ends here with a rapid quiz. Which of the following shows the correct usage of a semicolon? Bill was going bald. Bill likes ice cream. Keep the fact in mind that you have to think about the commonness, the thematic link between sentences. I didn't see the steps. Now I've got a bandage on my head. I'm going to an event tomorrow. I'm a football player. Pause here. I want you to pause the video and think about it. Do not wait for me. I am gonna answer in the next 15 seconds, but I want you to pause and think about it and then resume and see the answer. Well, Bill was going bald and Bill likes ice creams obviously has no relatability. So, no commonness. So, a semicolon here won't make sense. So, this is obviously wrong. I didn't see the steps. Now I've got a bandage on my head. Many people will confuse the statement that these are two different statements which haven't got a thematic link. But if you think about it, he didn't see the steps. He obviously fell down and now he's got a bandage on his head. So this is the right answer, as the semicolon perfectly separates these two sentences. At the same time, it links these sentences. I'm going to an event tomorrow. I'm a football player. No relation. You might say that the event could have been of a football event, but that would have been mentioned had that been the case. So the second one is the right answer. If you got it right, good enough. But if you didn't, get back to me. I'm always there at your service, as I mentioned. Thank you. Have a nice day.